Hey, what's up, peeps? I'm Dr. Pauline Buffalino from Brooklyn, New York. My little cousin Michelle called me up here today, and up here is like, it's upstate New York somewhere. Anyway, she called me up here today because she has a pen problem. And she was gonna, like, get in touch with this guy. I think his name was Professor Dr. Dangle Nuts. Dingleberries. Oh, Dangleberry. I was getting my berries and my nuts mixed up. Anyway, that guy, right? He's this professor doctor, and he's like from this school called Cambridge, and it's like some kind of big deal out there in England. And I'm like, Michelle, I've been taking care of your pen since you were 5, and you were being picked on the street by bullies. I've been picking up your stuff after they knocked it out of your hands and punching them in the face and all that. And like, what do you mean you're going to send your pen to someone else? I'm hurt. I'm so hurt. And Michelle was like, oh, well, you know, it was a really bad problem and I was pretty worried. And I'm like, Michelle, your family should deal with your problems. And she was like, oh, well, I guess you're right, Pauline, but I'd really feel more comfortable if someone professional could do it, like Professor Dr. Danglenuts. And I was like, all right, today, for you, I'm going to be a doctor. And I'm going to found the Brooklyn Institute of Penology. So here we are. And we're going to take a look at a couple of pens right after I put the gloves on. I bet the Professor Dangleberry, he doesn't have any gloves like this. What do you think? I like them. They're pretty good. They keeps the ink off my fingers when I'm dealing with the troublesome cases. Let's do it. We're going to change this camera angle and mess with some pens. All right. So, this is the pen that was giving Michelle the problem. This is it's a Fountain Pen Revolution Guru. Now, I'm not even sure if it was the pen because Michelle's a little bit of an airhead, and she just told me that, like, this here ink, this is why I need to wear the protective gloves. This here ink, this Diatramenous Document Black. Yeah, anyway, this Diatramenous ink, it was leaking out of this pen all over the place. She wasn't sure if it was between the two parts of the section or if it had something to do with the feed. Anyway, so it's a flex pen, right? It's a flex nib. It's a nice little cheap flex nib from Fountain Pen Revolution. It's like $9 or whatever. I'm not going to call it cheap because it's not low quality. It's just inexpensive, you know? Anyway, so she's like, well, I don't know, Pauline. I really don't know where it leaked from because it was in the cap, the ink. So it could have been coming out of here, like between these two parts, which Michelle tells me she can't remove this bottom part. She can just take out the nib in the section, but she can't, like, remove this little black bottom thing here. The guy on Fountain Pen Revolution, the video there, it doesn't tell you how to do it. So I think it's kind of glued in place and you can't do it. Anyway, with the rest of this pen, you could take out the piston and stuff. And she did all that and totally cleaned out the pen. So she's like, I don't know how to troubleshoot this thing. Can you help me, Pauline? And I'm going to do that right now. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to fill this pen up with some better ink. Some ink that was in it before when it didn't leak. And that was this here Private Reserve Sherwood Green. Now, if you like your demonstrator pen, you probably shouldn't be using the Private Reserve Sherwood Green in here. Michelle just likes to use all colors in her demonstrator pens because she's an artist and she doesn't really care what the pens look like. She cares what the pictures look like. So, that's Michelle. She's a little bit like, you know, she's kind of imaginative, sort of like one of those people. You know what I mean? She's more into like flowers and, love and stuff like that. You know, kind of an embarrassment to the folks in Brooklyn, if you know what I'm saying. So anyway, here we are. And Michelle's desk, it's got a picture of a freaking aardvark on it. Like, what the heck is an aardvark doing on someone's desk? This is some crazy stuff Michelle is into. I don't know, man. It's a little crazy. But, you know, she said she was drawing the aardvark. Artists are weird. What are you going to do with them? They'll draw anything. It's like they're compelled or something. It's like a compulsion. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, this is Michelle's good pen. It behaves itself. She likes it. It's a Waterman Filius. Yeah. And she put the Diatramenous ink, the troublesome ink, in the good pen. She's not sure if the ink's troublesome or not. So we're going to do a writing sample. And we're going to see. We're going to say the quick brown there. The quick brown fox jumped out of the way of the taxi. It's a fox from Brooklyn. You got to get good at that when you're a fox from Brooklyn. Trust me, I'm a fox from Brooklyn. I can tell you these things. Anyway, yeah, so it skips a little with the Diatramenous. And this pen, it's not known to skip. Michelle likes this pen, you know what I'm saying? All right, so that was the pesky little niece, Michelle's little kid. It came in and, like, started in with me and stuff and started to put, like, cow things in the front of the filming. And I was like, no, you got to get out. You can't be here right now. And she left. I had to say it, you know what I mean, in that kind of way. And so, anyway, I was talking about this here writing sample. Yeah, it's, whoa. What's that girl got in here? She's just got all kinds of stuff all over the place. So yeah, here we are with the writing sample. The quick brown fox jumped out of the way of the taxi. That's the writing sample. There, I made it a little bigger. Yeah, we're going to put it down here like that. I think it's all right. Now, we're going to do the next writing sample. And this is with the pen that we suspected of having a problem. But we're not sure because we think it might be the ink. We're going to do this. This is that FPR Guru. We're going to use that here. And we're going to see if it has any problem when we're using the private reserve ink. So, the quick... Foxy lady. Jumped out of, I can't spell today. The taxi. 'Cause she was all right. So not only did that write okay, but we don't seem to be having any problems with spillage or ink leakage anywhere. So we're going to check one more thing before we immediately say that it's not the problem with the pen, right? We're going to take the pen, and we're not going to fling it around or do anything really weird with it, right? But we're just going to, like, you know, maybe turn it this way for a little while, and then we're going to turn it this way. We're not going to jiggle it or shake it, but we're going to turn it around a little bit and talk with it like we're talking with our hands like we do in Brooklyn, but we're going to wave the pen, you know, but just a little, right? Because any pen should be able to stand up to this kind of handling without leaking all over the place. And if it leaks all over the place, it's got a problem. So let's see if we got a problem. I don't see any leakage on there. We're going to put a Q-tip in here and see if it leaked in this part. Not really. Maybe just like one tiny drop. But it ain't like Niagara Falls or anything coming out of that nib, you know? I went to Niagara Falls once when we were kids. Grandpa, he was the union organizer in our family. He threatened to, like, toss me over the side, you know, in a barrel, just to see if I could make it down. He was a pretty tough guy down in the mines. Yeah. Anyway, what we got here seems like a perfectly acceptable pen. I'm going to let Michelle know that there ain't nothing wrong with this here pen. I don't see any problem with it. It's not like gushing ink out all over the place or getting all over my hands or anything. But, you know, it's kind of weird that this here Waterman Filius is like skipping and stuff. Let's just try it one more time. This lady from Brooklyn. Took the subway. To Rockland. There still seems to be a little skipping in here, you know? It's like, if you look up close at this rating sample, here, let's zoom down and take a look at that. There's a couple of skips. There was a couple of skips on the first rating sample, but now, like, if you look at that one, I don't know. This here lady from Brooklyn taking the subway to Rockland, like on the K in Rockland, there's a skip, and on the L in Rockland, there's a skip, and over here on this H, it don't look so healthy either. So I think we got a flow problem with this here Waterman. So I think this Diatramenis Black, it's going to bear watching. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to need to find the right pen for the ink. And clearly, you know, this wasn't it. But we'll get back to you on that, and we'll totally verify whether or not it was definitely the pen or the ink. But for now, I'm going to tentatively blame this ink. But I ain't sure yet. So I'm going to use the pen for about a week with another ink and just make sure it doesn't have any problems. And then I'm going to use this here really nice Waterman Filius with the Diatramenis in it and see if it can, if it stops skipping after a while. You know, I'm going to clean up the nib and stuff and just check that out one more time and like write with it for like a week and see how it does in that pen. So, that's all I got to say today, really. Michelle's problem, she kind of exaggerated the severity of it, you know? It was like, whatever, dude. Just change the ink and the pen combo around. But Michelle, she's an artist. Artists are weird, and she likes to draw with this little guru. She really likes to draw with it. So, you know, we're going to have to see what we can do. All right, everybody. You all take it easy, and we'll see you later. Hey everyone, so that was my cousin Pauline from Brooklyn. She's, you know, she's a nice girl, but she's a little sensitive. She got a little upset because I wanted to take my pen problem to Dr. Dangleberry. And so I decided to let her look at the pens, and I think she did a really good job. But I did want to mention the fact that that whenever you're troubleshooting a pen, you need to figure out whether or not the ink or the pen is causing the problem. So that's why we put the ink in the different pen to see if it's going to do the same thing in that pen. And then we tested the pen that had the problem with a different ink to see if it's the pen. Sometimes it's the combination, and that can be a really strange thing because you don't know why. But I suspect that it's possible that the Diatramenis Black ink there has too many surfactants in it or something like that, and it just oozes a lot in these broader nibs. Like when the feed is designed for a flex nib, I think more ink is designed to flow through it, and I'm not so sure Diatramenis Black is able to cope with that. But we'll see. I'm going to try it also in a different flex pen. Maybe I'll have to get another modern flex pen so I can do that, or just try it in my TWSBI with my TWSBI has a like a stub nib, so I could try it in that. We'll see if that works. Anyway, I'm glad you got to meet Pauline, and I'm about to go down and keep her from killing my children, but I hope you all have a great day, and it was nice chatting with you. Bye!